Hey guys, this is SanJuan here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Welcome to another video topic on real estate. Today we are covering the market stats for February of 2022 in Las Vegas. Quick disclaimer, there are other agents doing market reports for Las Vegas. You might see different stats in the categories discussed in this video. Agents across Las Vegas have different sources and those sources might have different data. For transparency's sake, I will link all the sources I have used personally to create this video market report in the description below. First up is the median sales price. February clocked in at $370,000, which is a $5,000 increase over January. This continues the $5,000 a month appreciation trend that has been consistently happening since October of 2021. Year over year, the increase has been marked at $60,000, a surge of 16.3%. Home equity values are still increasing, and I personally don't expect this to change in the near future. Now we go to inventory in the Las Vegas Valley. February shows up at 5,771 units, which is a decrease from 5,988 units in January. The huge difference shows up when you're looking at annual figures. February of 2021 displayed 9,557 units being available, which is a significant decrease of 3,786 units year over year. This continues the trend of low inventory that is evident with pre-owned homes and new build homes across the board. Low supply and high demand has been instrumental in the consistent increase of home equity values as the months and years go on. We now cover pending transactions, where a seller accepts a buyer offer and the transaction goes into escrow. February sits at 51,742 units being under contract, which marks a decrease of 236 less units being under contract compared to January, which is something to take note of. This monthly decrease is contrasted with the annual gains, which reflects the willingness of buyers to meet rising home equity values over the past year. February of last year had 44,397 units under contract, which marks a stark increase of 7,345 more buyers getting their offers accepted. While the annual figures are bigger in gains, the monthly figures show a noticeable decrease, whereas last month's report yielded a slight increase. Does this mark the beginning of a slight decline in how many buyers submit accepted offers? We go from pending to the final stage of an escrow, which is closed transactions. Simply put, these are the amount of home transactions that finish escrow and transfer home ownership to the buyer. February clocks in at 52,010 units closing, which marks another noteworthy decrease of 471 units when compared to January. Same as the pending annual figures, the increase in closed transactions is considerable. February of 2021 sat at 42,968 closed units, which shows an increase of 9,042 units year over year. The yearly numbers reflect the same buyer willingness from the pending stats, but the monthly gains are a different story. 471 less transactions closing is something to take note of. The last two market reports have shown differences hovering around 35 to 40 closed transactions in both directions. The fact that the differences from the last 2 months have increased by a factor of 12 reflects the same question from the pending monthly stats. Is this the beginning of a slight decline for contract activity? We now go to our final stat, which is median days on market. Or in other words, how long it takes for a listing to go live on the market to an accepted offer. February sits at 8 days on market, which is 1 day less than January. This marks the first decrease since the median sat at 9 days from January of 2022 to October of 2021. Annual gains are impressive yet again, where February of 2021 showed units being on the market for 18 days. If a seller puts their property for sale at fair market value, buyers should know that the property will not last long. In summary, the hot seller market continues. This is supported by the persistent low inventory, home equity values increasing, and the even shorter amount of time a property stays on the market. However, it seems like we're seeing a slight decline in buyer activity in the realm of pending and closing contract activity. The observation here is that monthly comparisons made a triple-digit jump, while last month's report only showed double-digit differences. Here are my 3 opinions on why contract activity is declining. First, inflation negatively impacts workers' wage increases over the past few years. Secondly, mortgage interest rates are slowly increasing. And lastly, inventory keeps steadily decreasing. In a big picture concept sort of way, it is becoming more financially difficult for a prospective buyer to fulfill the dream of home ownership. However, the seller's market is still hot. Annual stats show that even if monthly transaction comparisons take a noticeable hit, we are still well above what we were at last year. If sellers decide to list within fair market value or maybe even a little below, they should expect their property to be flooded with various offers. Before we put a bow on this February market report, I upload various educational content on my social media channels, not just YouTube. My other social media outlets have shorter form content, where YouTube is more for long form content. Links will be in the description below. Well, that wraps up February's market report. If you have certain stats you want to know about or want a specific topic covered, please do let me know. If you got any feedback, that is also welcome as well. This is also SanJuan with eXp Realty, signing off.